It's question and answer time again, and I've got some great questions from a school that I visited this week where I spoke to a lovely group of parents. The question is, how can I get my son to confide in me? And I love the sentiment behind this because it means this parent understands that kids need trusted adults that they can go to for accurate information, support, and skill building. So I don't know about you, but there are only a certain number of people that I am willing to tell my stuff to. And the friends that I am willing to tell my deep stuff to, or that I ask questions to about things that are really hard and scary or make me feel embarrassed, would be the friends that have shown themselves or proven themselves to be trustworthy, kind, and willing to listen. And most of the time, when I am telling my friends something that is upsetting, I don't necessarily want advice. I don't want to be fixed. I just want support. Now, it's the same thing that goes for our kids. And just a word to the wise, there are some kids that are never going to tell you stuff. It's just not the way they are built, or they don't feel a certain affinity to you. So I certainly have someone in my family that doesn't tell me anything. That kid talks to their other parent. Equally, I have another kid in my family who will tell me stuff. So it's sort of the jigs and the reels, really. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Parenting is the long game. You can use the following strategies and don't expect changes to happen overnight. You may get some quick changes, but some of these will you'll be reaping the benefits in the long term. The second point is to show acceptance of your kid. When they do tell you even a small thing, or they come to you and they want to talk to you about Clash of Clans or something interesting that happened at school, which actually you don't think is interesting at all, you need to show interest and acceptance of their world. So, oh, right, okay, you don't solve the problems, and you thank them for telling you and tell them that was very interesting. Third point, practice compassion and acceptance. And the way you do that is the same as the point before, which is showing acceptance of the information. You're showing acceptance of the emotions that the kids might feel. So today I was waiting outside drum practice and I heard a parent walk past with their kid, and their kid was saying, I feel afraid I'm going to fall down the stairs. And the parent said, you're not going to fall down the stairs, which is actually mostly what I say. I would be going, oh, don't worry about that, you're fine. But a way to show compassion would be to say, the stairs are scary, aren't they? Or it's a bit worrying when you're climbing something steep, because that shows acceptance. It's not foo-fooing the feeling of the kid. It's showing that, yeah, that's a real concern. I can see why you're feeling that. Okay, so point 4, show understanding of diversity. Your kid is only going to come to you and tell you things if you have proven yourself already to be able to accept or listen to the thing that they want to tell. So that may mean looking at the world around you when you're with your kid and commenting on things that are different and therefore okay. You can be walking along the street and be saying things like, isn't it interesting that people have all different body sizes? It's okay whichever way we look. We're all made differently. Or you could say, I heard a story where someone was upset that their friend had been mean to them. Sometimes life can be hard and sometimes friends are mean. That's it. So you're starting to show them that you accept that the world isn't necessarily an easy place to grow up. You can say things like, sometimes people get sick and get hurt, and they need to tell about their pain and sadness to someone they trust. Talking is important. Say things like that. So you're showing understanding of diversity, that everybody's different, they have all different sorts of problems, and you're also getting in there that talking can be useful and supportive. We are up to our 5th point, which is to claim our own responsibility for past actions. So if, as you're listening to this video, you realize that in the past you have foo-fooed your kid's feelings, so your kid has been climbing the stairs and said to you, I feel worried I'm going to fall down these stairs, and you've said, you'll be fine, don't worry about it. Notice those things and go to your kid and say, Do you know what I've just learnt? That people have different feelings about different things. So you could feel one thing about climbing stairs, and I feel a different thing. And how you feel is absolutely okay, and how I feel is absolutely okay. And I know that in the past, I have told you that you don't need to worry about your feelings, but I now realize that was wrong. And I'm sorry about that. So I'm learning a new way of doing things. And by claiming that, and if you have a specific example, bringing that specific example up, your kid is able to see that you are claiming responsibility for less than great experiences they might have had with you in the past, and you are trying to do your best. Okay, so those are your 5 tips for this week. Answering the question, how can I get my son to confide in me?